Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Tincture of Sense. On today's episode, I'm not going to be asking you guys a question. I'm going to be telling you a brief story before we go into today's episode. So, I once knew of a Yoruba man, right? He lived with an Igbo man sometime in the late 60s, early 70s, and the Igbo man supposedly did something to hurt him. I don't know what that thing is. I'm not privy to that information. Now, what I'm telling you is a true story. Now, 25 years later, after this slight, this Yoruba man, he didn't want anything to do with Igbo men, to do with Igbo people in general. And when his daughter was going to marry an Igbo man, he wanted nothing of that wedding, nothing. He almost even disowned his own daughter just because she wanted to marry an Igbo man. Now, eventually the man, he reconciled with his daughter. His daughter had a second wedding, like 10, 12 years after she got married. Now, this man held on to this grudge for 25, 30 years easy. And when you hear some people talk about people that are unforgiving and vengeful in Nigeria, Fulani men come up. Really?
The Fulanis are the fourth largest ethnic group in Nigeria. They are indigenous to the northern part of Nigeria as well as other countries in West and Central Africa, from Senegal to the Central African Republic. It is said that the Fulani are the largest nomadic pastoral community in the world. They are reported to be the first group to convert to Islam in West Africa, after which they contributed to its further spread across the region. In the pre-colonial era, the Fulanis led many jihads that helped them dominate the Sahel region of West Africa. The jihad established them not only as a religious group, but also as a political and economic force. During the colonization of present-day Nigeria, the Sokoto Caliphate, the largest and most successful legacy of Fulani power in Western Africa, was conquered in 1903 by the British. This ended the Fulanis' run as a standalone political and economic entity. The Fulanis are traditionally a nomadic and pastoral trading people. In Nigeria, they are well known for herding cattle and being quite, touched by their livestock. In recent years, there have been a series of well-publicized skirmishes and conflicts between Fulani herdsmen and communities across Nigeria.
Is there any truth to what is being said about Fulani men, that they don't forgive and would exact revenge regardless of how long it takes? Is there any truth to this? If you've been watching my videos, you can automatically assume something about my position on this stereotype of Fulani men. For people that haven't been watching, I'll do a brief recap. Now, stereotypes come from somewhere but are not universal. That said, too often people apply them way too broadly. Personally, I know quite a lot of vengeful and unforgiving people from different tribes and ethnicities, and not one of them is Fulani. Now, I'm not trying to say that because I don't know any vengeful and unforgiving Fulani men that none exist. Not at all. My point is, why are Fulanis the ones labeled as unforgiving and vengeful when people from different tribes had the same attributes and traits? I can't tell for certain how this stereotype started. What I can do, however, is share a theory that tries to explain it.
Now, what do you know about the Fulanis? Most people will tell you two things. 1, quite a lot of them are powerful. And 2, quite a lot of them are herdsmen. So what do we know about powerful groups of people? Well, they're sometimes ruthless and do not condone actions that challenge their authority and power. When their authority and power is challenged and they react, some people might call them vengeful and say they reacted because they are unforgiving. At times, this characterization will be correct. We know Fulani people are powerful, so let's leave it at that. You can fill in the gaps, right? Now, what people have come to know about Fulani herdsmen is that they have a special affinity for their cattle. Some people might not understand this affinity, but I think it's quite simple. Cattle equals money. If you mess with their cattle, you are essentially messing with their money. So, if someone messes with their cattle and they don't forgive and want vengeance even years later, it won't be about the cattle, it will be all about their money. It doesn't matter what tribe one is, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or Fulani. You probably won't take things lightly if your authority and power is being challenged or if your money is being messed with, right?
Despite all my theories, I don't know to what extent this stereotype of Fulani men fits. Personally though, I won't be messing with a Fulani man's cattle, a Fulani man's money, or a Fulani man's anything anytime soon. Here's a tincture of sense. It's a little one, but I hope you enjoy drinking it. Thanks for watching, and look out for another video next week.